Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Kobe. We got Mike with me. What we got going on, man?
Hey man, a lot of good games this past weekend, man. But it seems like every time I turn on a TV or I look at a video, it's all about the Browns and what y'all did this past Sunday. So can't wait to talk about that game, man.
Yeah, I got some things I'd like to say about it. Uh,
All right, let's
I'm
dive
not
into it.
I'm not ready to raise the banners as some people are, but we'll get
hmm
into it.
All right, let's check it out. All right, man. Your Browns. I'm gonna let you lead the way, man. But they came away with a nice win, 24-10 against the Raiders in Vegas.
Yeah, right beside all these numbers here, I think you could have put in Browns defense 10 sacks. Okay. That was uh probably the best that defense has been in a long time. Like they've been good all year. And obviously it helps when you're going against the Raiders offense.
hmm
But 10 sacks, didn't force a turnover, but didn't have to. Um, our opening drive, we had the privilege of starting from the 13-yard line,
Mm.
and that was two simple run plays. Shador wasn't even on the field for our first two touchdowns.
Right,
We we,
right.
we're kind of bringing the Wildcat back. We've ran it six
hmm
times. We have four touchdowns on it. So
Oh, nice.
so that's
I
where a
was
good
wondering if
chunk.
that was like new that they were doing, like implementing that wildcat in that situation.
Yeah, the announcers are saying it's pretty much because, there's another running back in the backfield with him. So now essentially you just have an extra blocker but it's working. He's very patient when he gets the ball too. He's not just grab it, go forward.
hmm
He kind of stands there, hesitates a little bit, and finds an opening. So hey, if that's our version of the tush push until people are stopping it, we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
But so yeah, defense great. Now let's talk about the man of the hour, Shador. Shador, yeah. Everybody is ready to crown him the new king of the city. But let me tell you
Mm.
something, people. His one touchdown, a 66-yard screen pass that he threw behind the line of scrimmage. Now
Mm.
he now he sold it very well. He got to snap. He hesitated. He made the throw. Um, and of course we all saw the highlight of him rolling out, throwing that one, kind of falling to his right, 40 yards down the field, right into breadbasket. So right there are two highlights that accounted for about 110 yards. So so he had half of his yardage right there. Um, so 100 yards left to cover here. 50 of those came from tight end screens,
hmm
but he did have a turnover, and it was a very rookie mistake turnover. He saw a guy open, he kind of looked away, and then threw it without checking back, and it was just right to the defender. So Kevin Stefanski names Shador Sanders as starter next week against the Niners. Did he earn
hmm
it? Sure, he did. He went out, he managed the game that he was supposed to. Like I said, the defense did all the work for him. Great field position. Uh, and he made the rookie mistakes that you were expecting him to. I also think Dylan Gabriel would have won this game for us, but I'm glad I didn't have to, see him out there.
hmm
But yeah, another full week of practice with the starters for Shador. 49ers are going to be coming off of a short week since they just played Monday night, where the offense didn't look great. Brock Purdy
hmm
turned the ball over three times. It's going to be rainy and cold in Cleveland. If that defense gets cooking, man, I don't know, but it was a good game. I'm not trying to take away from it, but I'm not raising the banners like some of these people are.
Hey, sounds like you're not sold on Sanders right now.
No, he just he played the game he was supposed to play. He
Right,
managed it
right,
pretty
right.
well. He like I said, the one turnover was pretty bad, but That
Mhm.
happened. But I need to see him in a situation where the defense is giving up points. I need to see how he moves the ball down the field because some of
Mhm.
the throws were not good.
Mhm.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to make the throw or throwing it away because he was kind of scrambling.
Mhm.
He was under pressure, but hey, you can't knock a win. That's number 3, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I think you're right. 90% of those yards that Sanders put up was from those two plays. Um, but he to me he showed that he has what it takes to become a franchise quarterback. Confidence is there all the
Mhm.
way. Um, it seems like he can bring his other teammates around him and give them confidence and um, he can make the big play, which Gabriel didn't really show yet that he could make. Um, and like you said, he did sell that screen that went for like 50 or 60 yards. He'll make those rookie mistakes, but like he said at the end of the game, this is what he was able to show with only 1 week
Mhm.
of practice. So, maybe with more time, more practice, maybe a different offensive coordinator that is scheming up better plays that can, instead of these screen plays, they can really uh develop some nice plays that's, getting wide receivers open or, something more than just this dink and dunk and, you know, play action pass or, maybe they need to just switch it up with the play calling. But I think the biggest thing is that he's given that offense confidence.
Yeah.
We all saw Miles Garrett expression when he said he's never seen a quarterback make that play. And I'm like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that can make that play,
Yeah,
but
that was a bit of a stretch. That's just because we haven't seen a throw over 30 yards all
right.
season.
Right.
So,
He probably haven't seen a Browns quarterback make that play, but
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought
yeah.
that was a bit of a stretch, but I was like, "Hey, that's just let him go."
Yeah, so I mean, if you could keep the spirits high on that offensive side of the ball, the defense, like you said, is flying around. 10 sacks, which is crazy. We'll dive into Miles Garrett and that sack chase later on, but the defense is flying around. That defense is going to keep the Browns into almost every game that they play. And like you said, 49ers coming up, they did not look good. If Purdy is going to throw 3 interceptions against a Panthers defense, God knows what he's going to do against the Browns. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this was a good game for sure, and a nice little coming out party for Shador. As far as the Raiders, they're a hot mess. We'll
Mhm.
dive into their coaching changes later on too. But I mean, Geno is Geno. He just to me does the bare minimum. Genty, he had an okay game, 50 on the ground and 50 receiving. And Lockett, he's been solid this year. He's been quiet, but
Yeah.
he's been solid as a veteran. And next we have the Steelers playing the Chicago Bears, and the Bears again won a close game, 31-28, improving to 8-3 on the season. Rudolph, I mean, he tried to keep them in a game, but Caleb Williams, man, another win for the Bears.
Yeah, no Aaron Rodgers, so I mean that's already, a big hit for that offense, but yeah, Mason Rudolph was serviceable in that game. I mean, they ran the ball well with the Gainwell, and this Steelers defense get the little bit I watched. I saw a TJ had a strip sack of Caleb in the end zone. I thought maybe that would be a turning point in this game, and I feel like we've talked about this like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now. The way Ben Johnson has this offense clicking, if their defense can even remotely show up in games, the Bears are going
Mm-hmm.
to be could be a dangerous team in the end. Now, I'm not saying like Super Bowl contenders, but
Right.
they could definitely be like a tough playoff matchup for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're definitely a good team, and good teams find ways to win. They're the thing that may slow them up or slow them down is that defense is still in the bottom of the NFL as far as their defense. I think they're bottom 5. But that offense is finding ways to win. They're being creative with some of those plays. And Caleb Williams, he's staying mistake free. Rarely makes a turnover. And he's managing the game well. 3 touchdowns, running the ball when he has to. But they have a big test coming up against the Eagles in Philly. That I believe is on Friday. So big test for them. And the Steelers are sliding, man. And for them to play a Bills team, and the Bills are coming off of a loss and like a little short bye from last playing on that Thursday night, that's going to be a tough game for the Steelers. And they just opening up that door in that division. So
yeah.
So next we have the Colts went into Arrowhead and took a loss in overtime, 23-20. Hey, Mahomes, man, he found a way to win. Chiefs made a lot of mistakes, I think, towards the end of this game. I think they could have wrapped it up, but they left the door open for the Chiefs, and you can't do that when you're facing Patrick Mahomes. And you see Rice put up 141 yards receiving. He was a little banged up in that game, but he was able to get through it. They ran the ball tough when they had to with Hunt. And, yeah, the Colts, man, you could see those numbers. They couldn't really get anything on.
Yeah, it popped. Like, if you would have told me, like, just looking at this, Mahomes had, 350 passing yards. Great. 1 interception. Okay. No touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
Like, to me, like, without looking at the score or the team, that's a loss.
Yep.
And maybe a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about how he's been like the leading rusher on this team for like the first half of the season. But now they kind of got Kareem Hunt going. I saw they get Pacheco back next week. And yeah, just an uncharacteristic game for Mahomes. They can start looking at these Colts numbers. That's a very uncharacteristic game for Jonathan Taylor, who just every week seems he's right around 200 rushing yards, at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. And that Chiefs defense, when they're playing like to their best ability, like especially with Chris Jones there in the middle of everything, they are a good team. And now they're finding ways to win games without Mahomes being at his best.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's getting to that time of year where you don't want to see the Chiefs start like creeping, like hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like getting into Christmas time and like Mariah Carey thaws out, and then you get her song like, oh, we're getting close to the playoffs. Then the Chiefs start thawing out because they get hot. And I mean, they have they still have some work to do to make the playoffs and get in there. And I don't know if they have a favorable matchup or not, but they're hot at the right time. Like they seem to be every single year.
Right. You're getting hot at the right time, getting that running game going at the right time. The colder it gets, you want to get that running game going. Rice is stepping up. He's, maybe a few games back from his time away. But like you said, the Colts, you don't want to start sliding at this part of the season. And Taylor, I mean, it seemed like they wanted to make, which a lot of teams are going to try to do. They wanted to make the Colts one-dimensional and put it all on Jones. And you see that he cannot. He can't hold it. He can't hold that team up to get a win. So they can expect that from a lot of teams, especially the Texans coming up, to just try to take away the run game. But Chiefs winning when they need to.
Yeah, that Texans defense just had their way with Josh Allen, and yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game.
Mm-hmm. All right, another tough game, divisional game. We had the Eagles going into Dallas and losing. Dallas getting a win, 24-21. This was a crazy game.
I turned this game on early. I always like popping into the games where like obviously we make picks on all of them, but I was like, well, we both picked the Eagles. Like this outcome doesn't really matter. Or I know actually I thought you picked the Cowboys. Like when I first like checked in on this game, and I was like, oh, the Eagles are just absolutely dominating this game. And we talked about like how good the Eagles defense can be versus how good the Cowboys offense can be. and I thought I thought this would be a defensive matchup, and the Cowboys wouldn't be able to get anything going.
Mm-hmm.
But once they started rolling, Dak and those boys were just that offense is crazy good right now.
Woo. Yep. Yeah, that offense for Dallas is, like you said, is almost unstoppable. But the big thing for me was Eagles went out to a 21-0 lead probably in the first quarter, and I definitely thought this game was over. But you saw that Dallas defense really start to focus on stopping Saquon. And you see those numbers: 10 carries, 22 yards. He had a couple screen catches here and there. But even after the game, Barkley basically was saying he doesn't know what's wrong with him. Like he's trying to figure it out. He knows he's having issues. He doesn't know what it is. And until they can get him together, I think that they're going to struggle, because even though they have those weapons on the outside, that offense still runs through Saquon. And I mean, you can see it doesn't matter if AJ is getting his yards or Smith is getting his. It doesn't matter how accurate Hurts is. If that running game does not get going and they make that team one-dimensional, you can be in the game. And to score 24 unanswered points against that Eagles defense, hey man, I don't know. And it's not going to get any easier. They play the Bears on Friday, and Dallas, they are peaking when they need to. Prescott is still playing well. Running game is still going, and Pickens, we'll dive into him a little bit later also, but he's having a career season this year, and he wants to get paid. Yeah. So this was a crazy game for sure. Now another crazy one, Lord. Giants facing the Lions, another OT game, 27-34. Lions ended up winning this game with a long run by Gibbs.
Yeah, I was watching this game, and every time the Giants had the ball, like, I kind of doing my thing over here, I would look over, and Jameis just heaves this ball in the air, and there's just a Giants receiver standing and waiting for it behind the defense. Like, we've talked about all year the firepower the Lions offense has, but that defense is just not good, like, for these big plays. And then they let Jameis Winston get open, and then he's making moves on the cornerback to get into the end zone.
Unbelievable.
If you want to be a serious team in this league, you cannot allow a guy like Jameis Winston to beat you like that. Yeah, they got hit with a flea flicker earlier. That happens. But for Jameis to run a route, catch the ball, make a move, and find a way into the end zone, that's embarrassing. Because you look at those offensive numbers right there with Gibbs, again, 3 touchdowns, up over 250 total yards. St. Brown in the end zone, again, 150 yards. Like, the Lions, we were talking about it with the Bengals before all their injuries. Like, they're just designed for a shootout right now. If you're gonna if you're gonna trade touchdowns with them, they're gonna go toe to toe with you the whole time. But the fact that they almost lost this game is unacceptable.
I like the way you said that, because that is true. It's when you play the Lions, it's a shootout. Whoever has the ball last, you may win, because that secondary is terrible. They're trying to patch it up, but their bread and butter is that pass rush. If that pass rush does not get there, that secondary is questionable. So definitely I can see why Jameis tried to throw it up for grabs a lot in this game, and it was working. They were just a few plays away from stealing a win in Detroit, and that would have been a big loss for Detroit towards the end of this season if they would have took that L. But like you said, Gibbs, soon, maybe not this season, but soon we're going to have to start talking about him as like MVP or definitely best running back of the league, because the numbers that he is putting up week in and week out is no one is really doing that right now, and he's consistent with it.
I was just gonna say, not consistent like that. Like Taylor has his moments, Bijan has his moments, but then they disappear. This is a week in, week out thing for Gibbs.
Yep. Seems like every game we're mentioning him. And St. Brown has definitely had a big game also. So next we have Buccaneers versus the Rams. Was not expecting the score to turn out like it did, 34-7 against the Rams. But the Rams are putting belt to ass against anybody that they face.
Anybody willing to get on the field right now.
Yes. Yeah, this was a dominant performance by the Rams for sure.
I think the game could have been a little bit different if Baker stayed healthy. He left the game and they had to resort to Teddy Bridgewater. Now, I'm not saying, this game would have been a different outcome, but I think they could have maybe put up another touchdown, maybe got another field goal. Maybe this could have been 34-17. But I mean, even before his injury, you see 9 of 19, 41 yards. He wasn't really doing anything. They're under third string running back who, he showed out a couple weeks ago. Emeka Egbuka, he was a stud at the beginning of the season when he had Mike Evans across from him. And then they were expecting to get Godwin back. And then Evans got hurt again. So he's just kind of been the lone receiver there. And he hasn't been the same since. But yeah, this Rams team is, Devontae Adams seems like he's a touchdown or two every single week.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford, just like vintage Matthew Stafford, accurate, no turnovers, yards, touchdowns. That's just what you want from your guy.
Yeah, and it's every phase of the team. Like, offense is elite. That defense and that pass rush is helping out that secondary to where the secondary is looking better than what they probably actually are because of that great D line that they have, and special teams as well. But it's like kind of like pick your poison. You got Adams going off on one side. Who's going to guard him? Then you got Puka on the other side. If those two are covered up, you can get the running game going. Stafford is playing some of the best football he's played in his career. I think he has 30 touchdowns, and I don't think he threw an interception in the last maybe, I don't even know how many games. So maybe week 2 or 3. So I don't know what team will want to go into LA in the playoffs if they have home field advantage and try to play this team, because it's going to be tough to keep up with them, especially with that defense playing well. So, and the Bucs, they're opening up that division. Hopefully Mayfield is not out for a long time, because if he is, there's some teams behind them, one in particular that we're about to get into, that can try to take that division lead soon. And we can get into it. They took a loss, though. Panthers 9, 49ers 20. Bryce Young definitely didn't play well under the lights with the 2 interceptions. Couldn't really get the running game going at all. But the 49ers, they tried to keep them in the game with Purdy throwing those 3 interceptions.
You've been, I think, the Carolina Panthers' biggest supporter these last couple weeks.
Hey, man, I believe they can do it, man.
And then they come out and lay this egg. But yeah, I wasn't really paying any attention to this game. I got a notification on my phone from Bleacher Report that said tough start for Brock Purdy as he throws his 3rd interception. I was like, holy shit! So I opened it up. I'm like, well, they got to be losing this game, right? I was like, oh no, they're not. Bryce was throwing his own, and when you're getting McCaffrey about 30 touches a game, on the ground and receiving, that's just a recipe for success. But yeah, the 49ers, they did do enough. And hey, if that offense can't figure it out next week, Myles Garrett and those boys, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Definitely can keep the game close next week. But Yeah, I didn't even I don't know why I didn't factor in McCaffrey's play into my decision as much as I should have last week. They gave him the ball he touched the ball the first 6 plays, I think. So yeah, definitely messed up with that. But yeah, man, Panthers, man, I still believe, man. I think they can do it. This was a tough task for them going into San Fran, but
You're gonna take the
and it's
Panthers
going to
over
be tough next week as well.
The Rams next week too.
Hey man, maybe they're gonna towards the end of the season, not right now, but I believe in them. All right, so now we can get into our top 5 and 5. We're going to discuss a couple topics that went on in the league the past couple days, and first we can get into Chip Kelly, man. I blame y'all, man. Browns did this to this man. Now he gonna have a unhappy Thanksgiving, but Chip Kelly was fired as the offensive coordinator of the Raiders right after the loss to the Browns.
You can blame us, that's fine, but really he needs to look in the mirror and blame himself. I don't know. It's probably not really his fault because he was Ohio State's offensive coordinator the year before that, and they're one of the most talented teams in football, so he was good there. But yeah, if you're trying to coach Geno, you trade away your best receiver in Jacoby Myers, and that organization. I can say this because our organization is a dumpster fire too, but the Raiders organization sucks right now. Somebody had to take the fall. Chip Kelly just happened to be the guy.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if that college offense can relate to the NFL. Seems like whenever he tries to come to the NFL, it doesn't work out. But next, man, Dak Prescott passing Romo for the all-time leading passer in Cowboys history. Like we were saying all season, Dak is having a career year. No surprise that he passed Romo in this category.
Yeah, he got that big contract a couple years ago, and then came down with the injury bug a little bit, and it was like, oh my gosh, he just got all that money. Like he should have never got that. Even when he's good, he's not that guy. But it turns out when you get some playmakers around him with Pickens and Lamb, and they're running the ball well this year, that can cook. You just gotta let him go.
Yep. And now I'm still getting nauseous because we're talking about another Dallas Cowboys player. Pickens is having an unbelievable career year as well. He's second in the league in receiving yards with 908. So yeah, dominant year by him. And Dak said that he's not from this planet.
When he was with the Steelers, I was like, man, if they ever get somebody opposite of him, and and their offense can figure it out, it's like he's going to torch the Browns twice a year for the rest of his life. Then they traded him, and then they got DK Metcalf, like who would have been perfect opposite of Pickens, because now you see how him and CD are gelling together with Dak, and yeah,
he might not be Commanders for the rest of my life.
Yeah, perfect.
Then TJ moving past older brother JJ on the all-time sack list.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were close. It seems like TJ's been dominant like the last 5 or 6 years probably, but it seemed like JJ just had a run for seemed like he was just the guy for I don't know 10, 12 years, and for TJ to pass him, I will say already because TJ still has probably a decent amount of football left in him, but congrats to TJ. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Something to talk about at the Thanksgiving table.
Yeah.
And then the Bears, man, they keep winning. Caleb is playing well, showing that he probably should have been drafted at number 1. So yeah, the Bears are winning every week, seems like.
Yeah, it's crazy how a coaching change can change the culture of a football team instantly. You saw the Lions offense, and Ben Johnson was a big part of that. He comes to Chicago, and it seems like they kind of got started off a little bit, a little slow. Oh, look at
Mhm.
this, another offensive coordinator, not being able to get it done as a head coach and whatnot. But nope, the Bears are rolling too.
Yep, 4 in a row now. Um, all right, so that is going to do it for the top 5 and 5. And to wrap it up, our always anticipated top 5 extreme ranking list, where we give our top 5 NFL teams of the season. And I feel like we're going to have a lot of changes from last week.
Yeah, yeah. There was definitely some
Oh
movement
yeah,
going on here.
yep. So coming in at number 5, a team that has not made it in here yet, the
There
Chicago
they are.
Bears. Um, yeah, 4 in a row now, 8-3. Offense is playing well. Defense, if they can improve, they'll be an even more dangerous team.
Yeah, with the Lions playing like they are,
Hmm.
uh, the Packers are. I would still say that probably the favorites to win that division.
Hmm.
But the Bears have momentum right now, and like we said, that offense is gelling, and yeah, like you just mentioned, if the defense can put up any resistance at all, I
Hmm.
think the Bears are in a good spot there.
Yep. And next, coming in at number 4, Seattle Seahawks. Still, they've been playing well all season. That offense is elite, and I think they were just out of it last
Hmm.
week, or so no surprise that they're in that number 4 this week.
Yeah, they were coming off the loss to the week prior, but that was against the Rams, who we were just saying are elite on all sides of the ball. Darnold struggled that game, but
Hmm.
they locked right back in, and Seattle's rolling too. And it's kind of crazy. Like Seattle gets rid of DK Metcalf, they get rid of their coach, they get rid of Tyler Lockett. Bring in Sam Darnold, who had one good year in Minnesota, and then take his weapons away. But then they draft Jackson Smith and Jigba, and
Hmm.
I did not see the Seahawks being like this competitive this year.
Right. And as we get into our next 3 selections, you can make a case for any of these teams to be number 1. So it was definitely
Hmm.
tough for us. But the team coming in at number 3 is the LA Rams. They're probably playing some of the best football in the league right now.
Hmm.
It's really just hard for them to overtake that number 1 spot with the other 2 teams playing great as well.
Yeah, we won't call these 1, 2, and 3. We'll call these 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say they are probably playing better football than these other two teams. But these other two teams, neither one has lost in over a month. So I mean that's a pretty good case to make for being
Yeah,
a top team in the league.
I agree. And getting into one of those teams with 9 wins, I believe, in a row is the New England Patriots. They're at 10-2 right now. Um, just took that entire division by storm, man.
Yeah, Buffalo was, the preseason favorites to win that division, I'm sure.
Hmm.
And the Buffalo Josh Allens are not clicking right now. The defense is struggling. They have no playmakers on that offense, and where Buffalo has seemed to drop the ball, New England has picked it up and ran with that thing. They are, Drake May. He doesn't really have a lot of big playmakers around him either. I mean,
Hmm.
Stephon Diggs is a big name, and he is having a better year this year.
Hmm.
But yeah, the defense got better, the offensive line got better, and that's how you build around your young like franchise quarterback. So
Right. Early in the season, when the running game was not doing well, we said if they could get that running game going and that
mhm.
defense to improve, then they can really take off. And they improved on in both of those areas. So um, really no surprise that they. It seems like they're similar to the Bears. Once you kind of fix that coaching department, and you have a young quarterback leading the team, anything can happen. So Patriots, no surprise being at number 2, and coming in at number 1. This is definitely no surprise either. I believe winning 8 games in a row, the Denver Broncos. Nothing much to say here. I mean, they've been great for I don't know how many weeks now. All they do is win.
Yeah, that win against the Chiefs they had was last week.
Yeah,
I think that solidified them in the number one
hmm
spot because I thought the Chiefs picking up momentum. That was probably the best team that Denver has played in, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks probably. But they
yeah.
went out there, won that game. I have no problem having the Broncos in the one spot. But I like just looking at this right now, like an AFC championship game and an NFC championship game with like the first 4 teams right there. That is like
Mhm.
a Broncos versus Patriots game right now would
That'd
be
be nice.
crazy.
Yep. And a team that you don't see on here anymore is the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like they were on here almost every week, but
Hmm.
yeah, they just continue to slide. And you see them not even in the top 5 right now. So, and another great episode, man. We definitely dove into a lot this episode.
Yeah, we have some great Thanksgiving games coming up. Uh, we'll make sure to tune into those while we're diving into all the holiday festivities. And
Hmm.
I, once we record this episode, I get so excited. I'm like, all right, I know I gotta get these picks in.
Hey, man. So speaking of picks, I mean, we have a special Thanksgiving episode that we are going to do live, I
Mm,
believe,
mm-hmm,
tomorrow night. So definitely join us there for that. We're going to make picks for those 3 Thanksgiving games and also the one game on Friday as well. And then also have some other topics as well to go through. So join us live, bring your comments and everything ready for us to dive into. So it should be fun.
yeah, and also like that'll be live on Twitch. That'll be live on YouTube, probably TikTok a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah.
make sure if you're seeing this, like all the pages, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Hmm.
This will be a fun episode. Our first little Thanksgiving feast. Uh,
Yeah. While you preparing that food, have us pull it up too, man,
yeah.
on one of your devices, man. So yeah, thanks again for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we go live or we drop another episode. Leave a comment as well. Let us know how if you like the episode or not, or if you agree with us. And tune in tomorrow again for that live show tomorrow night.
Hmm.
And as always, peace.
See you guys.